Right. Yes. Yeah, that's the song, right? That's how it goes.
That was as close as you could get.
A little cautionary tale for the world.
Get this? Just the headpiece actually is like really cool.
So the headpiece had a skull.
Nice.
A skull in it. Originally a skull with horns. And I had been performing at Sherwood.
Right.
And I was performing in a show called the Bard Battle. Now, I had actually lost my instrument before I came to perform at Sherwood.
Oh, good.
And so I had been loaned one instrument. It was a little tiny thing that I was playing. And then somebody else gave me a different instrument that I was playing, but it was still, you know, not very anachronistic.
Right.
And as I was in the Bard Battle, which the Bard Battle is a very boisterous show, it's always different every time.
Yes.
Two bards enter, one bard leaves. Well, they both leave, but, you know, one leaves the victor.
Understandable.
My strap broke, like the hole in the strap broke.
Ooh,
so I was swinging it around at the next show I did, which was in the Standing Stones. I was doing a Celtic music show, where I sang pagan music, specifically pagan music. And I was just swinging the strap all around the whole time I was playing. Not a lot of people went to that show.
The back of this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm looking to build one of these, so I'm curious to see the banding and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this one clearly needs some work. This one clearly needs some work.
It's not that bad.
And it's been patched. It's lasted.
Understandably. I mean,
So-
trigger is too, so.
You're right, you're right.
What do you
Or
do
bowstring,
for the-
as we call it.
What do you do for the tuning struts? Have they not needed work?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So hear me out. I thought I need to get a hole poked in my leather bit for my strap so I can reattach it to the instrument. And I saw across from the Standing Stones at a little encampment with Vardos, there was somebody throwing a dagger over and over and catching it. Another worker. And I thought, that looks like someone with a pokey thing that can poke a hole in the thing that I need a hole poked in. So I went over to them and I asked about it. And they said sure, and they started poking a hole in it. And as we were talking now, I might add that I got very like, this is a magical being in human form.
Right.
Kind of, vibe from this person, which, is possibly just me being crazy or possibly completely accurate.
Absolutely.
Now, as we were communing, they said, have you ever seen a lute guitar? I said, I've never seen a lute guitar. That sounds cool, though. And they bring this out, and I am just aghast. It was in pristine condition at the time, might I add. It was in much better condition because, they treated it well. And I was playing it, and I was just loving every moment of playing it, and they offered to sell it to me for $200.
Oh,
That ain't bad.
all right, yeah.
I was smitten like a kitten in a mitten, and I immediately out of my pocket pulled the money and gave it to them.
That's wonderful.
So, the following day, I am walking by more Vardos in the area, and I am stopped. Now, these people, they call themselves gypsies, and they claim the right to call themselves gypsies by blood, by birth.
Right.
They say, it is our birth and our blood that we get to call ourselves gypsies. That's what they say, and that's what they told me, and they call them that. Now, I'm not calling them that, but that's what they call themselves. And they insist that they have the right to. They are a group that does gypsy performances at various things. Their words, not mine. And it was the father of the one who sold me this, who stopped me and said, I see that you now have the lute. Do you know the story of the lute? I said, no. I mean, he just sold it to me and didn't go into any details like that. I love it. He said, well, let me tell you the story. He said, our leader, the leader of our, they use the term gypsy, troop, group, far-reaching, all over the country, had, among other things, a musical shop. And he had this instrument, it was his personal, and this man's son had always pined for it and really liked it. Eventually, their leader died. And the instrument was inherited by this man's son.
Right.
And he played, it was the first time he ever played a song, at least, for a group of other people at this man's funeral. And then they did, and he's telling me this, they did a blood ritual and anointed the skull that used to be up here with the blood of their dead leader to bind his soul into it.
To bind the soul to the song.
So, well, to the instrument.
Did it make it stay in tune better, though, is the question.
It stays in pretty remarkably good, too.
That's nice.
For the kind of life that it lives with me, it's remarkable how well it stays in tune.
That's honestly the most important part.
So I looked at it and I said to the apparently, spirit of the leader of a group of, that they say they weren't Romani, but they were one of the other traveling tribes that had the appellation gypsy applied to them.
Yes.
That's what they said, not me.
That is wonderful.
I looked at it and I said, well, I hope you like listening to goofy music and going to weird places, because that's how it's going to be. And I'm probably going to drop you and bump you into things because I'm like that, and I don't slow down for the sake of the things that are attached to me.
That's how I felt with all of mine too, is that like they get bumps and bruises, but that's the battle scars along the way, you know?
Right.
Did you do the artwork yourself?
I did. I was reluctant to paint on it, but it got rain damage last year, and so somebody put a patch on it, and I painted over the patch because the patch.
I saw it with the side of it. Really, really tasteful thing. I gotta say, like I'm really impressed with the instrument, and I'm just smitten with it. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while. So seeing the cave back, like, and hearing it as well, like it definitely sounds a lot more cavernous than like a regular dreadnought would.
Yeah, it has
a lot more low end.
Has the intonation.
Exactly.
Even with all its holes and cracks.
That